Have you ever wondered why the people you open your soul to sometimes act as if your feelings don't matter? How many times have you felt like you were seen as something temporary rather than a priority? What if I told you there was a way to shift this balance, after which people would begin to seek your attention and seek to connect with you? In this video, we'll share 10 principles of Stoicism that will help you gain confidence and inner strength, transforming you into a person who attracts others with your calmness and wisdom. Your life and your inner balance are too important to waste on those who don't value you. If you're ready to change your perception and strengthen your place in relationships, let's dive into the world of Stoicism. Principle 1: self-respect is the foundation for respect from others. Self-respect is the foundation for being respected by others. Stoics teach us that true respect does not depend on external circumstances, but comes from within. You must learn to respect yourself first and foremost. This means that you value your principles, know your boundaries, and do not allow anyone to demean you or violate your dignity. Self-respect is manifested in the way you feel about yourself. It is confidence in your abilities, your goals, and your path. If you respect yourself, you will not seek external approval, and your actions will inspire others. People, seeing your confidence, will automatically respect you because you broadcast strength and harmony rather than dependence on the opinions of others. Principle 2: relationships should be reciprocal. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, understanding, and a willingness to support each other. Stoics emphasize the importance of equality in relationships. If you are constantly giving and receiving nothing in return, such a relationship can quickly become toxic. It is important that both parties are invested in the relationship and take responsibility for its development. If you support others but they don't support you, it can lead to burnout and frustration. It is important to see that your efforts are appreciated, and when you need support, others should be willing to come to the rescue. This creates balance and harmony in the relationship. Principle 3: don't be too available. Being overly available can cause people to start taking you for granted. Stoics teach that being available doesn't mean being on call 24/7 for everyone. You should value your time and energy, not give it away left and right. When you are constantly available to others, it lowers your value in their eyes. If you want people to respect you, it is important that they realize that your time and attention is something valuable. Be selective in who you give your attention to and when. This will help you maintain your independence and inner peace, as well as build your respect in the eyes of others. Principle 4: don't justify every single thing you do. You don't need to justify your actions to others if they are in line with your values. Stoics teach that actions should be motivated by inner convictions, not by a desire to please others. When you constantly make excuses, you show that you are unsure of your actions and dependent on others' judgment. It's important to remember that you don't have to justify every move you make, especially when it comes to your personal decisions and attitudes. When you stop making excuses, you show strength and confidence in your choices, and this is respected. Principle 5: recognize your mistakes and learn from them. Stoics teach that accepting your mistakes and learning from them is not only a path to personal growth, but also a path to respect from others. When you admit your mistakes, you demonstrate maturity and honesty. It also helps you build trusting relationships with others. A mistake should not be an excuse for self-deprecation. Instead, it is an opportunity for self-improvement. People will respect you for your ability to learn from your mistakes and grow, not for your successes, which are often the result of a long journey in mistakes. Principle 6: value your time and don't waste it on nothing. Your time is one of your most valuable resources, and you must learn to value it. Stoics remind us that it's important not to waste it on useless activities that don't benefit you or those around you. We often find ourselves wasting time on conversations that don't make sense or on people who are not useful in our lives. When you begin to value your time, people begin to see you as a more meaningful and respected person. You become an example of how you should manage your time, and this attracts those who value you and your expertise to you. Principle 7, don't fall victim to other people's expectations. No one should impose their expectations on you. Stoics teach that we should follow our own principles, not try to please others. When you live according to other people's expectations, you lose your individuality and inner freedom. It is important to be honest with yourself and not let anyone dictate to you what is right or wrong. People who try to use you to fulfill their needs and expectations do not deserve your time and attention. If you stop giving in to external pressure, people will begin to respect your resilience and independence. Principle 8, know how to say no. Knowing how to say no is an important aspect of healthy relationships and self-esteem. Stoics teach us that we don't have to say yes to every offer or request if it goes against our principles or resources. Saying no is not cruelty, but the ability to protect your boundaries and your value. When you learn to say no, people will begin to respect you for your ability to be assertive and decisive. Saying no can be an expression of respect for yourself and others because you don't allow your principles to be violated. Principle 9, don't seek approval. You don't need to seek the approval of others to feel your worth. The Stoics teach us that inner peace and self-sufficiency are the foundations of true respect. People will respect you when you don't depend on their opinions and act in accordance with what is important to you. When you stop seeking approval, you become a free person. Your strength lies in following your principles rather than pleasing external standards. This attracts people who appreciate your independence and confidence. Principle 10, respect other people's boundaries. Respecting other people's boundaries is a key component of healthy relationships. Stoics emphasize the importance of understanding that everyone is entitled to personal space and their own boundaries. When you respect these boundaries, you demonstrate maturity and self-awareness. If you violate someone else's boundaries, it can cause negative reactions, resentment, and even the destruction of relationships. Respecting other people's boundaries is an important step toward being respected and valued. Principle 11, avoid manipulation. Manipulation is a sign of weakness, not strength. Stoics teach us that true strength lies in honesty and openness. When you start manipulating people for your own gain, it destroys relationships and causes distrust. The best way to build respectful relationships is to be honest and not try to control the actions of others. If you stop manipulating, people will appreciate you for your honesty and predictability. It will be easier for you to build sincere and deep relationships that are based on mutual trust. Principle 12, control your emotions. Emotions can be a powerful tool, but it's important to know how to control them. Stoics teach that you shouldn't let your emotions control your actions. Instead of giving in to impulsive feelings, it is important to remain calm and internally confident. This allows you to make informed decisions and act rationally. When you control your emotions, you become a more stable and reliable person. People will respect your ability to remain calm in difficult situations because it shows your strength and maturity. Principle 13, be prepared for change. Change is an inevitable part of life, and the Stoics teach us to embrace it with an open mind. Instead of resisting change, we should see it as an opportunity for growth and development. Flexibility and the ability to adapt to new circumstances are important qualities that make us stronger. When you are open to change and not afraid of it, people will admire your ability to cope and adapt to new circumstances. Principle 14, listen more than you speak. Listening is an art that helps us better understand others and strengthen relationships. Stoics teach that silence and attentive listening are powerful ways to show respect. When you listen to others, you show that you value their opinions and their feelings. When you learn to listen more than you talk, people will perceive you as a more considerate and respectful person. This creates an atmosphere of mutual respect and trust. Principle 15: lead your life by your own rules. Living by someone else's standards can lead to frustration and inner conflict. Stoics teach us that it is important to live by our own rules and values. This means that you don't let the outside world dictate how you live your life. You follow your own principles and beliefs, which makes you strong and independent. When you lead your life by your own rules, you become an example for others. People begin to respect your independence and inner strength. Conclusion: Stoicism teaches us the importance of inner strength and confidence, which attracts others to us. However, to be valuable and interesting to others, we need to follow a few principles. These principles help us become self-sufficient, respect ourselves and others, and set healthy boundaries. When you recognize your value and don't allow others to use you as a temporary resource, you become a person who attracts attention not only by your presence but also by your inner strength. Remember that Stoicism is not about being closed off and aloof, but about maintaining inner balance and respecting yourself and others. By following these principles, you will not only improve your life, but also create strong and harmonious relationships with others.